I had been off drugs for only 9 months, and then I had a date. And she stood me up. Instead of reaching out to my friends and family for support, I ended up calling my drug dealer and picking up a gram of heroin. 18 hours later, I woke up to paramedics asking if I could feel my legs. So after being found unconscious on my bathroom floor, I had developed compartment syndrome from a lack of circulation in my lower legs and had to have both legs amputated above the knee. For the next 3 years, I sat depressed in my wheelchair with no hope. My sister approached me with the opportunity to seek treatment for my depression and for my drug use. She saved my life. After I detoxed, I started seeking online support, and I found on Facebook the Hanger Clinic's bilateral above knee amputee boot camp that they hold once a year in Oklahoma City. And I reached out to my sister and she agreed to accompany me. LAX was under construction and the elevators were turned off. And so I had to scoot up and down stairs without my prosthetics on, and my sister had to lug my wheelchair up and down stairs for me to just make it to the plane. And when I made it to the plane, I just broke down in tears. It was the first time I had really truly felt disabled. When I landed in Oklahoma City, I was greeted by Cameron Clapp, who is a triple amputee, and seeing him pull his bag through the airport, traveling independently, big smile on his face, warmed my heart and made me feel like everything was going to be okay. Over the next 3 years, I committed full-time to being a full-time prosthetic user, and even though I was mobile and independent again, I still wanted to get back out on snow. A prosthetist named Wendy from Salt Lake City invited me out to Utah. She assured me that with the help of the National Ability Center, she would be able to get me back up on a snowboard. Snowboarding wasn't what I remembered it to be. It involves a lot of muscles that I don't have any longer. And so without knees, snowboarding was very difficult. But I shifted gears and got into a mono ski and fell in love. I was hooked. I wanted to race, I wanted to compete, and Wendy encouraged me. She invited me to live out here in Salt Lake City with her and train with the National Ability Center 5 days a week. Success came pretty quickly for me. After 3 years of racing, I qualified for World Championships, qualified for World Cup, qualified for the Paralympics in Beijing in 2022. And so I went overseas and competed in my first international race. After I got back from Beijing, I got an email saying that I had qualified for the US Paralympic Alpine Ski Team, which I'm now a part of. I definitely see myself as an example to others. What I've had to overcome is monumental, and it's been a struggle, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Above and beyond any of my skiing endeavors, my proudest moment was marrying my wife, Wendy. All officiated by the one and only Cameron Clapp. People now call me a survivor, somebody that's driven, goal-oriented, and I don't give up. And all I have to thank for all of that tenacity is my friends and my family and the community I've built. Recently, Wendy and I were traveling together, and we were at an airport, and there was a guy that had both of his legs amputated above the knee, and he was sitting in his wheelchair. And Wendy encouraged me to go up to him and be his Cameron Clapp. And honestly, I'm not the most outgoing person, so it took a little bit of coaxing, but I ended up going up to him and introducing myself and showing him that he's not alone. And I just love giving back to the community like that. The secrets to success and happiness in my life are my connection to my friends and my family and my community. Took me about 10 years to figure that out.